Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Mark here with The Better Mark, and I want to talk to you guys about the NBA slate as we break down the Wednesday, March 20th board as we got 8 games coming at you hot. NBA is kind of taking a backseat to the college basketball March Madness as well as the NIT kicking off, but that's no exception for today. We're going to keep firing out picks. Yesterday, just a quick recap. And it ended up going 1-2. Did not get it done with the Denver Nuggets. They were basically got backdoored in that contest yesterday within Minnesota. A couple late threes down the stretch by Minnesota, and there's some untimely free throws missing for the Nuggets. We would have had that 2-1. Seemed to be pretty much in the books, as well as Zion Williamson not getting it done within that points, rebounds, and assists. Just eclipsing that 32.5. He got pulled in the fourth quarter. I thought we had a chance to keep it under, but did not get it done as he re-entered the game and ended up getting a fairly substantial number pulling away from that 32.5. So, but was able to get it done within the likes of taking the Houston Rockets. That's one where they won by extreme margin, and for all accounts, the Washington Wizards have thrown that white towel into the ring and have withdrew from the NBA season. So we're going to keep that in mind moving forward. Back at it with 3 official plays for today and tonight's contests. That's where we're going to get into the first games as we dive into the odds jam. Make sure you guys all also subscribe down below. Smash that like button as well, and let me know what you guys are on for this evening, okay? But first, let's take a quick run over to my page on X. This is where we get into my channel giveaway. Today is the last day. We're going to be doing that live randomization tonight on the channel, where one lucky subscriber that's followed the instructions to a T on YouTube as well as on X. All you have to do is follow this pinned comment. I'll have a link down below pinned to the comment on this video, and one lucky subscriber will win a jersey of their choice, courtesy of Fanatics, within reason, shipped directly to their home. Okay, and that's what we'll be doing for my March Madness giveaway. So a great time to be subscribed to the channel. We do some giveaways from time to time, and March Madness is no exception. It's one of the greatest times of the year, so I wanted to give back to the community. But let's get over to the picks and start breaking down the games. All right, first we're going to look into the Miami Heat Cleveland Cavaliers game. This is one where we look at the Cavs are now -2. You can find out there in the market if you want to find the best number available. We're going to be locking in the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is one where, despite all the injury concerns, despite Bam Adebayo having a really good day against Jared Allen, the Cavs have some struggles against the Heat, but they're at home. I like how they've been playing, learning how to play without Donovan Mitchell. Strus is out, Dean Wade's out, Mobley was out on previously, so there are some injury concerns, but we're seeing the likes of Jimmy Butler questionable, Jovic is questionable, Harrow's out, Richardson's out, Duncan Robinson's out, Kevin Love's out, so I do like taking the Cavaliers at home, -2. I think they have some of a little bit of an edge playing at home against depleted rosters, so hopefully they get it done. That'll be my first official play. And by all accounts, this will most likely be the lowest scoring total, 203.5 on the board. That's just way too low. Would lean towards the under still. Usually when they set these totals low, they are set for a reason. So it would absolutely shock me if we went over that total, but that's just a lean. It's too low for my blood, but where I do not expect both teams to score in the hundreds. I just think that the better team and better roster available gets it done at home. Okay. Next, Indiana Pacers and Detroit Pistons. That will be also an official play. All right. This is one we're going to be looking in taking the under 232.5. I see some value in this, considering how Indiana has really changed their narrative. Right. They've traded away some key pieces, and it's something where you look at Cade Cunningham and how Detroit's been playing. They've definitely slowed down the pace, okay? And, having Pascal Siakam into the mix, that's something where you look at the past performances defensively, both teams have really picked up the tempo on D. And when we look at the numbers, you can see both of these teams really have been a very much 4-5 to the under in the last 5 contests, and those unders not eclipsing that 230 threshold. So I do see a little bit of a bump up because they're playing the Pacers, but unfortunately, I think that the handicap's wrong because the Pacers, since the All-Star break, have been quite the under team, as well as it's been kind of an uncanny trend across the association where we've seen unders cash at an extreme rate. Scoring is down in the NBA since the All-Star break, so I think this number is just a touch too high, so lock it in under 232.5 for my second official play. Next, Milwaukee Bucks traveling to Boston, playing in the Garden. And when we look at this, actually, I think they call it the TD Ameritrade Center now, but nonetheless, when we talk about this game, Boston is a -8 you can find out there. We're seeing that number creep up. I think at one point you could have got them -6, 6.5 at open. And Boston undoubtedly is the best team in the NBA playing right now. They look like an unstoppable force, even more of an unstoppable force at home as they basically win by double digits every time out at home. So that's one where, I would lean towards taking the Celtics. We look at some of the injury concerns, what's going on within them. Giannis is questionable, as well as a couple role players. But on the Celtics line, we have Brown questionable, Drew Holiday question. So at this very moment in time, I don't feel comfortable making any kind of a prediction because of who's actually going to suit up. But for all accounts, we will be leaning towards taking the Celtics -6.5. -8's the best number out there available right now. Okay. Next, Sacramento Kings, Toronto Raptors. This is one where I like the Kings. The Raptors have been really struggling as of recent, but that number has gotten out of control as well. Earlier, I think you could have got 9.5s, 9s, and now we're seeing 11s, 12s in the market. So that's lost all its value and no official play for this, but I would lean towards Kings winning by double digits. Utah Jazz traveling to Oklahoma City Thunder. Unfortunately, I kind of have to lean towards taking the Jazz plus 15.5. I know it's a big number. I know what we've seen from Oklahoma City has been very convincing, but this is just a huge number for a team that, despite having Markkanen out and Clarkson out on Tuesday, if they're able to suit up, I probably doubt it. But it's just one where it's a huge, huge number. So I would lean towards taking that big number. Not an official play. Both of these teams are 1-4 against the spread in their last five times out. So it would not shock me for Utah to get that back door. However, not one that I'm willing to lock in as an official play. So that's just a lean. Okay. Next, Memphis going on to Golden State. That will be my third and final play. This is one where we're going to go to the total perspective. We're going to be taking in this contest, we're going to be taking the Golden State over 219.5. This number has crept up a little bit. I think the opening line was 217. But despite what we've seen from Memphis and some of their injury concerns, right, that list is longer than you could ever imagine. I think it's actually kind of crazy to look at considering what they've had to deal with since losing John Morant and now some of even their role players, backup players, G League players, roster acquisitions. I mean, it's just crazy to see the injuries. But that does not mean that they can't score, close to 100 points, and Golden State gets over that 120 mark in a blowout. That's kind of what I'm looking at, what I'm leaning towards, all right, and why I'm taking the over in this contest, especially with Golden State with a needing to get right game, losing to the New York Knicks 119-112. This is one where I think they need to get it done offensively, really getting Steph back in the mix. I think he could go off tonight and just see a little bit of a tempo, run him out of the gym kind of ball game. And I look for getting this one to cash within Golden State scoring over 120 and Memphis eclipsing that 100-point mark. That's just kind of how I'm handicapping it. So I see some value in taking the over 219.5 and rooting for 220 in this contest. Okay, so that'll be my third official and final play. Next, the Phoenix Suns hosting Philadelphia 76ers. -9 is one where it's just a little bit too big of a number. 76ers are starting to learn how to play without Embiid, but still not consistent enough for me to get behind any of these two teams. I'd probably dabble into the prop market, look for the likes of some of the bigger name players out there to really speed up the tempo. Maxey, I really would lean towards taking him over 27.5 points. If you want to find some positive value, taking him potentially to have 30 plus, I'm sure that's a plus number. But this is where you look at the Suns giving up a ton of points to the point guards. They cannot guard the point guard position, and this is one where I would lean towards taking Maxey over his point total. And actually, let's lock that in as a bonus play, just for the fun of it. I'll put that down here in the official picks because it's one where I think Maxey gets it done, scoring 30 points. So we're going to take the over 27.5 points for a fourth bonus play, just for sake of argument, because I think that is some extreme value the more that I think about it and look at the numbers. All right, and then the final game on the card, the Clippers going and playing the Portland Trailblazers, 11.5. We're seeing this trend kind of across the board. Team that has a chance, a contention, opportunity playing a lesser-known team that's underperforming, and Portland is that team. Okay, saw with the Wizards. It doesn't really matter. It seems like if these excuse me, if these teams get into this horrible kind of mindset where they want to jockey for draft picks, and luckily they changed the lottery around, so it's not as significant of an effect. But this is one where, as sports gambling becomes more integrated in the NBA, they're trying to reduce the fact that they're trying to really limit the questionable statuses, the injury statuses, the late in the game inactives, and as well late in the year tanking. Okay, that's an initiative taken by Adam Silver, from all accounts that I've been aware of, to try to limit this so that it becomes a more honest and integrity full world when we dabble into the sports handicapping within the NBA. So unfortunately, we have to deal with it. 11.5 is a huge number. It's just a no play for me. If you like Portland, you can find 12.5s out there, and the Clippers as well, as low as 11.5 right now on the card, but that will be a no play. So just want to tell you guys my official plays, but let's take the moment. Also, check out the channel sponsor. You can see this. We're rocking with OddsJam, a great platform. If you're in a daily fantasy, a huge tool when you look into the analytics within that, as well as offering great things such as positive EV, finding the best promos out there, arbitrage, and tracking all of your bets. It really is a invaluable betting tool when you can really look at all sports, top to bottom. All sports are covered, and it really helps you when you want to make the best bet possible. So that's OddsJam, 35% off, promo code TBM, link down below in the description. But I want to take the time to say thank you guys. I appreciate you all being part of the team. Remember to subscribe down below. These are the official plays. Wishing you all the best and luck out there. Go cash some tickets, and we'll see you guys all in the next video tomorrow. Cheers.